If you listen to it as a whole, still good, right? But listen to this. If I undo that, what's going on? What's going on?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. I'm back to tracking my calories and macronutrients. After eating and checking the data, I found out that I didn't hit my target protein intake per meal with what I ate, so I'm gonna drink a protein shake to hit that goal. However, I'm still lacking just a little bit. I'm using milk to complete the last missing bit of protein in my breakfast. Still tracking it. I always walk to the gym. It's 2.5 kilometers away. That's a 35-minute walk. I'd rather have this as my cardio session than spend more time in the gym to use the treadmill or something else. Walking again for my post-workout cardio.
Trying a new angle right now. I didn't really like the last one I made. Posted a reel of me jiving to this song when I just finished the hook. It's this one. I like it. I wasn't able to proceed with this the day after I made this because 17 had a new release that time. I had to postpone this one. I want to be the first one to make a tight beat for that song. I'm just new in this industry and I'm not big yet. I gotta be the first, so at least when people are looking for it, they're gonna see my video. It's already up there. So the challenging part of this song is that there are lots of chord progressions in this song. The first half of the verse is different from the chord progression of the second half of the verse. And then when the refrain comes, it's a different set of chords again. And then the hook comes, it's a different set of chords again. So I have to shuffle with chords to make different chord progressions. Back, I just did my work in my day job. And anyway, I laid down the chords. Before I forget, this bass, I gotta make it mono. This is not a rule, but this is recommended. It's ideal to make your bass mono. You don't want to take up all the space in the stereo field. It's ideal to keep all the low frequencies in the middle. Leave the sides to the other frequencies. The bass guitar, the kicks, the 808s, don't pan it on the sides. I mean, they were still loud. When people listen to your song and they are, I don't know, the club or some venue, there are going to be people on the left side of the place and there are going to be people on the right side of the place. Now, if you're going to pan one important element on one side only, the people from the other side won't be able to hear it as much. So that's why all of the important elements should be panned at the center so that both sides can hear it. You can get creative with panning, but just keep in mind the situations where people will listen to your track. This also applies to the other important elements like the vocals, the snare, the hi-hats. This is my bass. I've got to make it mono. In Ableton, there's this utility audio effect. Check this out. It's got a bass mono switch, so all the lower frequencies, it's gonna make it mono and then leave the rest on the sides. Like if you have a slap bass, it's not purely low frequencies only. There's also high frequency from the slapping, the transients, and I haven't really tinkered with this plugin that much. Now this part. You might not hear this on your phones or laptop speakers, but this very low part, this will be panned at the center only. Now I'm gonna remove this one. There's a lot more frequencies. So only the very low frequencies will be panned at the center. So in this case, I want the whole bass to be panned to the center, dead center only. I can use the bass mono, but just for my taste, for this song, I just want it to be entirely in the center. Same with the kick. I'm just gonna add this to the kick as well. Hope you can't hear my neighbors. Anyway, I'm just gonna close the door and just gonna get some coffee to here. I wish you can't hear them. Yeah, I'm back. Bass, maybe a bass. Too choppy. These guys, I'm gonna make it a bit longer. Just gonna put some filter on the rhythm piece. Jang, jang, jang. Gotta look for that deep. This one. That's one. Gonna make this ta ta ta. I like it. What I need now is bass. I'm just gonna copy this rhythm. I'm just gonna change it according to the chords. Boom, boom. You're gonna move this hi-hat higher. I want it to sound like a real hi-hat. Because the lower you bring it, or the way higher you bring it, it's gonna sound like a drum machine. Which is good, but it's not what I want. I think I gotta include the hi-hat in the intro. Of course, I need to filter it out too. Ooh, sorry for moving too much. Just can't help it. I think it's better if there are single notes here. Like that. Wasn't able to continue recording my beat making session last night. Apparently, our neighbors were moving out, so that's why they were noisy, and I didn't continue recording because it's going to be hard for me to clean the audio for that. I actually forgot where we stopped. It's just a normal snare, but I put a ton of reverb. Sounds big because of the reverb. Yeah, you can see here. I also put a reversed snare there. Let me just let you listen to it and mute. Sounds okay. This is how it sounds like with it. See, there's a big difference. Towards the end, I also reused that snare. This is the loud outro part. Nothing special about the claps. Just added some reverb because reverb is quite an important element in that era. Snaps, nothing special to it. I used pitched hi-hats. So far, we have been using the drum samples as audio tracks. This is the first one that we used in a sampler, the hi-hats. Why I have two bass synths? Because look at this. Most of the song, it's around this area. But on the verse A sections, it goes down low. So in these parts, you can hear it's too low. Too low here. And then it jumps high. The bass went up. It's doing a bass line on a higher octave. That's why there has to be something else filling in on that low frequency area that the bass abandoned. Electric guitar, nothing special here, not much effects, just an amp. Next we have rhythm keys. So yeah, that's the 80s sounding keys. I think this is responsible for about 70% of why this song sounds so 80s. Listen to this without it. Doesn't sound 80s anymore. I also have a piano for the bridge. I just made the velocity so high. It sounds as if the piano keys are being played really hard. Sometimes velocity changes the arrangement itself. Let me just prove that point. This is the piano. So aggressive, right? I put it down. Now it sounds like it's just normal playing, right? It's not so aggressive. It's like this. I'm not good at explaining things, but you understood that. Sounds normal, sounds almost the same. If you listen to it as a whole, still good, right? But listen to this. If I undo that, oh, I was pressing Control A the whole time, not Control Z. I was worried for a while. So here's the beat with the piano playing in a higher velocity. Flux. This one's also for the bridge only, so that there's something going on in the higher frequencies. So that's one more thing in producing pop music. You have to think of the whole frequency spectrum. Like, do you have a sound in the low end? Do you have a sound in the mid range? Do you have a sound in the high end? For me, if you want your song to sound glittery or expensive sounding, you should fill up the high frequency area. It's sort of a shimmer, right? It sounds like it's shining. Aside from the 80s sounding keys, this one is also responsible for a majority of why this beat sounds so 80s. It's this one. SFX tracks. Not much in this song. It's a song. I hope I remembered everything that I did